Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. Aziz. In this video, I'll be covering the New York Times Bestseller Limitless. Upgrade your brain, learn anything faster, and unlock your exceptional life. The author, Jim Kwik, is a world-renowned memory and brain coach. In this quite brilliant book, he covers the use of technology, how you can learn anything you want, and how you can unlock the key to your inner genius to change your life forever. So keep listening as we cover all of these key points in this animated summary. We start with digital technology. Is this a good or bad thing? Well, the answer is a somewhat complex one. On the one hand, it seems as though smartphones allow us to look up facts in an instant. On the other, many researchers believe that it hampers our cognitive abilities. One neuroscientist, Dr. Daniel Levitin, believes the process of constantly switching tasks from checking notifications to texting to social media leaves us stressed and exhausted. When we constantly look up facts, this can actually make our memory to atrophy. It withers away like an underused muscle. In the bombarded world of social media and comments, people are at risk of losing their capacity for deduction and problem solving. So how can we combat this? Jim Kwik, the author, suggests switching all technology off for at least 30 minutes a day. You can use this time to relax, be creative, or just let your mind wander. Do you ever think, I'm too dumb to learn a second language, or I have a terrible memory? A key message emphasized in the book is that each of us has the power to change our brains. Our brains are highly neuroplastic, meaning they have the capability to change throughout our lives. Previously, it was widely propagated that our brains reach their full capacity in adolescence. There is now an abundance of evidence that our brains can adapt and learn long after our younger years. Studies of London black cab drivers who have to pass very intense exams and memorize thousands of streets demonstrated that they have more grey matter in the memory centers of their brains compared to non-taxi drivers. Many of these taxi drivers are well into their adulthood, demonstrating that you can keep learning at any age. Positive thinking. Each day we have tens of thousands of thoughts. A lot of them are questions and many of them are repeating questions. From these thousands of questions, we have some dominant questions which come up more frequently than others. What do you think your current dominant questions are, and are they helpful to you? Unfortunately, many of our dominant thoughts are disempowering or negative, such as how can I get people to like me, or how can I become invisible, or how can I disappear? Questions like these are not productive. All they do is mask your authentic self. Instead, what you can do is try asking new questions that empower you, reframe them. For example, ask, how do I make this better? Or how does my mind work so I can work my mind? By asking positive questions such as these, you shift your mindset to a positive, limitless one. From a physical health point of view, studies have shown that positive people are 13% less likely to experience heart attacks or depression. So next time you find yourself saying or thinking, I can't, say instead, I haven't always been good at this, but this doesn't mean I can't be great at it now. The next thing Jim Kwik, the author, touches upon is that of defining yourself. Motivate yourself to change your behavior by defining yourself and your purpose. An important distinction to be made is between passion and purpose. Passion is something internal in your inner core, buried beneath other people's expectations and assumptions about you. Purpose is aimed at what is around you. A 70-year-old who gets up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym is more driven by purpose, to be fit enough to be active and enjoy spending time with his grandchildren. If you identify your purpose or the goal you want to achieve or a habit you want to develop, your motivation goes up. Jim Kwik then goes on to advocate living a physically healthy lifestyle by getting enough sleep, eating healthy foods, and exercising regularly. Sleep deprivation is tied to a long list of physical and mental health issues, including depression, irritability, heart disease, and even Alzheimer's disease. Regular exercise can help you sleep better too. Good nutrition is key to good brain function. According to neuroscientist and nutritionist Dr. Lisa Mosconi, there are 45 distinct sources of brain nutrients, with the top 10 being avocados, blueberries, broccoli, dark chocolate, leafy greens, eggs, salmon, turmeric, walnuts, and water. You can increase your productivity by getting into a state of flow and using the power of small steps. Being in a state of flow, this means being completely immersed and focused in on your task, can increase your productivity by 500%. A key point here is to avoid distractions such as always responding to your phone, buzzing, or constantly going on social media. Now, for some tasks that are so arduous or difficult, it is difficult to enjoy them or get into a flow state. Here it is advised to use baby steps. Difficult tasks can make us procrastinate, but procrastination can take a huge psychological toll. An uncompleted task creates tension in the brain. Avoid procrastination by just getting started and focusing on small, manageable baby steps. You can increase the efficiency of your study time by having the right ambience, music, and even scents. Baroque music, which has a range of 50 to 80 beats per minute, has been shown to be suitable for creating focus. You can make an association between your learning and exam. An example given is rubbing some essential oil on your wrist when learning, then repeating this right before your exam or presentation. You can also try taking advantage of the primacy and recency effect. Something things you learn at the start of a lesson tends to stick in your mind for longer, as do things learnt at the end. To make good use of the primary and recency effect, employ the Pomodoro technique. This method involves breaking up your work into 25-minute chunks interspersed with 5-minute breaks. Active learning is always better than passive learning. This means testing yourself regularly. Utilizing spaced repetition also increases your efficiency of learning. That is, review what you learned after a day, then 3 days, then a week, and so forth. Although not mentioned in the book, a good Apple program that utilizes both active learning and spaced repetition is Anki, a free electronic space card repetition program. Visualization and utilizing all your senses can help you learn better and retain information better. Many people think that they either have a good memory or a bad memory. Instead, look at it as a trained memory versus untrained memory. Like a muscle, you can train your memory. Jim Kwik then goes on to advocate the virtues of reading. It's not everyone's cup of tea. Let's face it, after a hard day's work, you would rather watch TV or play a video game. But studies show there is a definitive relationship between reading ability and success in life. All the successful people such as Elon Musk are avid readers, constantly learning. Reading also gives your brain a vigorous workout. It activates many different mental functions, improves your memory, and increases cognition. If you give up on reading, you essentially give up on learning. You can also speed up your reading by not sub-vocalizing, which is the voice in your mind as you read. Probably the best way to avoid this is to use a pacer. You can just use a finger to keep moving. Using a visual pacer can increase your reading speed from 25 to 100%. In summary, many of us limit ourselves with false beliefs, our intelligence, or other abilities. But the truth is, you don't have to be born a genius to succeed. You just need to cultivate your individual abilities and motivation. For further learning on improving your memory and productivity, be sure to watch the other animated summaries we have covered on this channel, including Stolen Focus and Unlimited Memory. Anyway, I hope you learned something useful and enjoyed this summary. If you want to keep learning about psychology, medicine, or life hacks, hit the like, subscribe, and notifications button. Any suggestions or comments, feel free to post below. Until next time, stay safe.